It's cold out here, so I'm gonna make this quick. One thing I do realize after watching so many bag reviews on YouTube is that most people are probably not actually using the bags before they write reviews. They just buy them, they kind of handle them a bit, and then they kind of just come up with this YouTube review. And you can tell once you use a bag, it's pretty obvious that these other people are not using them. I always use my bags. I've been using this Kavu rope sling for about 3 months now. I've been hiking, traveling, taking it to work, taking it out of the city, everything like that. So I have a good idea of what I like and what I don't like about it. I'll go into a couple of different bags I compare it to, and then kind of give you my final thoughts on this bag itself. So I'm coming from a Chrome Mini Kadet, and I do really like that bag, but I'm probably going to do a long-term review because I used that one for over a year. That will be out soon. But kind of the short summary of that is that while the outside build quality is really good, the inside build quality is not so great. So the materials inside are starting to fall apart, the stitching's coming apart, the inside fabrics are just kind of weak, and that was kind of the primary motivation for looking for a new bag. As well as it's kind of small, and I wanted something just big enough where I can stuff like a larger camera like this DSLR in it occasionally if I want to take my camera out in my bag. It's not an everyday thing, but if I want to do it, I want to be able to have that room. So that's the primary reason I was looking at this. I was also looking at the Patagonia Atom Sling. I'll put some videos of some clips I took inside of REI. So I actually bought the Patagonia Atom, and I loaded it up in the car in the parking lot after I bought it. I drove down the street and I realized like I kind of already regret buying the bag. So I turned around, returned it to the store. One of the main reasons is I kind of like the cell phone pocket in the front just so I can quickly access my cell phone that they have on the Patagonia Sling. The problem is it didn't fit my phone, so right away that was already a negative. It also just wasn't convenient for other things like keys or just other small objects. If I'm gonna have that front pocket, I pretty much just want it for the phone. There's nothing really I want quick access to except maybe my glasses, but even then I don't need super quick access to that. I can always just swing it around. That's one of the reasons I like slings, is because you can swing around, get into them, and get what you need. So that little pocket wasn't a huge bonus, and it also took away, so I do wear my slings occasionally when I'm driving, just if I jump in the car, drive for a couple minutes and get out, I'll just wear them like this. And with that front pocket against the back seat of your car, it's pretty uncomfortable. So I wore my Chrome Mini Kadet in the car all the time, and it had the strap was pretty flat, so it was pretty comfortable, and you can easily wear it in the front. This one you can't wear in the front as comfortably just because the way this is mounted, but it's still doable. It wasn't so, I guess, reasonable to do that with the Patagonia Atom. So I still use my Mini Kadet primarily when I'm bike riding, just because it has a really nice U-lock holder, but besides that I moved over to this for everything else. And I really like slings over, say, a backpack on motorcycles and bicycles, just because you can quickly access them. And whenever I want to be able to quickly access little things and quickly get to them and then swing it back, I'll take a sling over a backpack. Besides that, a lot of times a backpack's better just because the ergonomics are better. It can hold more, it's more comfortable to wear for long periods, it can carry more weight. Usually the organization is better, and overall backpacks are somewhat more practical, except in those cases where you want to be able to quickly access them, like with these slings. So for the most case, when I'm going around the city, I want to be able to get in and out of things just because I don't like things in my pocket. And also when I'm on a motorcycle, taking a backpack off when at a stop just to get your phone to check directions or check something in your bag, maybe grab a layer or something out there, or maybe different gloves. It's a lot easier to get a sling on and off or just around, get into it, than it is a backpack when you're wearing a big clunky jacket. And when I'm on my bicycle, I will access my sling while I'm actually riding. So I won't stop, I'll kind of go hands-free real quick, get in there while I'm still riding, and then swing it back behind me. And you can't really do that with the backpack. I mean, you could, but it's a lot more dangerous. So that's my use case for a sling over a backpack. So now getting to the Kavu rope sling that I have on right now. I really like this one because unlike my Chrome Mini Kadet, it also has a disconnect, which is kind of weird because Chrome is known for having those kind of seatbelt style disconnects, but they don't put that on the Mini Kadet. So it's not really an issue most of the time because I don't actually use this most of the time. But when I'm on a motorcycle, trying to get this over a helmet, because I have a big head, I wear a big helmet, it's kind of a pain. So being able to do this to get it on and off is way nicer than trying to drag it over my head. So that was one of the reasons I like this over the Mini Kadet for my motorcycle. I also like the way the pockets are set up. So you have these two giant pockets one right here. They almost goes the full size of the bag. And then you have a very similar one on the other side, and you can fit like a kind of a packable jacket or sweater in there. You can also fit, I carry my glasses, my notebooks, just kind of larger flat things here too. Inside this main pocket also has a little tiny pocket towards the top of it, which is nice for smaller things because I carry a lot of smaller things in my bags, in my sling bags especially. And it has these two front pockets. So while I do like this pocket towards the bottom, let me take this off. This one here on the top I don't think is as useful just because this is such a weak way of securing this pocket that little things can easily fit through these little pockets and fall out, and I don't really trust it. So you have to carry something in here that's big enough and that you also don't care that much about, because this is not a great method of securing this pocket. I really wish they would just repeat the pocket they have down here up here, and that would kind of improve this bag a lot for me. As far as build quality goes, everything is really good. The materials are nice. They're sturdy. I like the ropes thing. The way they have this little method of securing the extra strap, I don't know if you can see it, pretty interesting, and it has been working out pretty well. My biggest complaint is the zippers are really cheap. I've already had a couple of them kind of snag up, and I can tell this is probably gonna be the first thing to fail on this bag. And it seems like they really cheaped out on the zippers compared to the rest of the bag. I would pay a couple more dollars just for some more beefy zippers, because they're not really in line with the quality of everything else in this bag. But for the price, this is actually the cheapest of the three. This is about $55. The Patagonia Atom is about $10 more, and then the Chrome Kadet is another $10 more. So it's $55, $65, and $75 roughly. There's sales and things occasionally, but that's kind of what you're looking at. So this is the cheapest one, and so far it's been my favorite one out of the three. And anybody looking for a sling, I'd probably recommend this. There's some special use cases that I think the other ones might be better for, if you have those kind of, I guess, cases compared to mine. But primarily for me, I'm carrying a lot of small things, like knives, toothbrushes, my retainers, inhaler, EpiPens, wallets. Like, when I'm carrying my sling, I'm carrying lots of little things, and occasionally maybe one larger item. So this has worked out well, because I could fit all my little stuff here in the little tiny pocket here, and this pocket down here at the bottom, and then I could stuff something really big, like say my camera, in this big one, or maybe a jacket or something else like that. One of the reasons I didn't really like the Patagonia Atom is just because I didn't think the organization was that great. As a kind of a big pocket in the back with a divider, and in the front it has like just another big pocket with no kind of smaller organization. And with all the little things I carry, everything kind of would just settle towards the bottom in that bag. And I do like that it has the two kind of clipping things on the outside, because I do like clipping like a jacket or sometimes like a tripod to the outside of my bags. So it would be nice if they included some kind of external straps on this. So that was one pro for the Patagonia Atom over this. But other than that, I think if you're comparing these three bags, this is the one probably to go for, especially if you have use cases similar to mine. I'm probably going to do my long-term review like I mentioned on the Chrome Mini Kadet, and I will be doing kind of an EDC video about what I'm carrying right now, and I'll talk about what I'm actually carrying this bag day to day in a future video coming up soon. So I hope everyone's doing well. It's pretty cold out here, but there's pretty nice fall colors out here, and yeah, overall it's just a really nice November so far in the Seattle area. So like I mentioned, hope everybody's doing well, and I'll see you out there.